So I booked a last-minute ski trip to Val d'Isere with people from my deal team, people I'd spoken to maybe 4 times. And the whole thing cost me £4,200. And I want to be honest, I had to Google whether Val d'Isere was even good before I confirmed. That's the thing nobody tells you about earning this kind of money in your 20s. You make decisions at a speed that slightly outpaces your actual knowledge of the world. My total net worth somewhere around... I'm 28, I'm a private equity associate at a mid-market fund in London, Mayfair adjacent, obviously, and my total income this year is roughly £279,000. But that number is doing a lot of heavy lifting, because what actually lands in my account every month is not that. The $279K is made up of a few things. Base salary is £175,000. Annual bonus lands around £70,000. RSU vesting adds about £28,000. And then I have maybe £6,000 in side income. I got paid to write one angel deal memo, and I tutored a handful of students trying to break into IB, which honestly feels bizarre given how recently I was sitting exactly where they are, refreshing my inbox at midnight, waiting for an offer that might not come. Together, that's £279,000 pre-tax. Looks incredible on paper, sounds incredible at dinner. Then HMRC opens its mouth. The tax bill alone made me audibly gasp, out loud, in my flat, alone. On the salary piece, my gross monthly is roughly £14,583. Out of that, income tax and national insurance takes about £5,900. Pension sacrifice pulls another £1,200 before I even see it. So my salary take-home is around £7,483 a month. Then the RSU and bonus get layered in, about £1,400 net monthly from the RSUs and roughly £2,917 net monthly equivalent from the bonus. Total monthly take-home lands at about £11,800. Annualised, that's around £141,600. So, nearly £280k in, just under £142k out. That's how the UK works, I guess. And before you say that's still loads, hang on. London has opinions about your money. Before I get into all of that, I want to talk about how I actually got here. Because I think people see the title of this video and assume some kind of clean, straight line. Top university, top internship, top job. It wasn't that. I applied to 22 banks in my second year at university. 22. I got rejected from 3 before I even got my first offer, and those rejections stung in a way that's hard to explain. Not because I was devastated, but because I'd been so certain. I was the person who'd read every book, done every course, prepared every answer. And still, 3 no's before a yes. I made a spreadsheet of every single rejection, color-coded, obviously. Red for rejected, amber for ghosted, green for progressing. Very on brand in retrospect. I got into IB at a bulge bracket, survived 2 years, and I do mean survived, because there were stretches of that job where I genuinely didn't know what day it was. And then I lateraled into PE. That transition felt enormous at the time. PE felt completely out of reach from where I was standing. I didn't know anyone who'd done it through the route I was taking. I didn't have a mentor, didn't have a warm intro, didn't have anyone to tell me whether my application was even formatted correctly. I just applied and acted confident in every room I walked into, which is either a personality trait or a coping mechanism, and I've never been entirely sure which. Looking back, I had absolutely no idea what PE actually was when I applied. I'd read the definition, I could explain it in an interview, but the texture of the job, the pace, the way a single deal can consume months of your life, I didn't understand any of that. Still figuring it out, honestly. Some days it feels like the most interesting job in the world. Some days I'm on my 4th consecutive hour of a data room, and I'm thinking about the Le Creuset pot sitting unused in my kitchen. Anyway, let's talk about where the money actually goes. Rent is £3,400 a month. 1 bed in Marylebone. Yes, it's expensive. No, I don't regret it. Well, sometimes at 2 a.m. when I'm still on a call and I remember what I'm paying for a flat I'm barely in, I think about it. Council tax and utilities run about £280. I genuinely don't understand my energy bill, I just pay it. Transport is around £160, mostly Oyster plus the occasional black cab after 10 p.m. when I decide I deserve it, which is more often than I'd like to admit. Groceries are roughly £420 a month. Waitrose, always Waitrose. I tried Lidl once, I lasted 11 minutes. It wasn't ideological, I just couldn't find anything and then felt stressed and left. Subscriptions clock in at about £140. Netflix, Spotify, 2 news sites, a meditation app I haven't opened since January, and LinkedIn Premium, which I keep because I think it does something for the algorithm. Total responsible spending, around £4,400. Then there's everything else. Restaurants and bars run about £800. Mostly client adjacent, I tell myself. Mostly not. Coffee is £180 a month. I have a preferred cafe near the office and a backup cafe for when the first one's too busy, both north of £5 a flat white, no notes. Skincare and beauty is roughly £350. That's the one I'm not justifying. Clothes, mostly Net-a-Porter at 11 p.m. when I'm tired and have low impulse control, come to about £600. PE has a dress code. That's my excuse and I'm keeping it. Now, 2 gyms. I have 2 gym memberships. Gym 1 is a boutique strength gym near work, £220 a month. Gym 2 is yoga, £140. I go roughly twice a month. I keep renewing anyway, every single month, with complete sincerity, telling myself this is the month I'll go consistently. It is not that month. Yes, 2 gyms. No, I will not be taking questions. Ubers run about £310. The central line closes. I'm tired. Do the maths. Travel. I set aside about £500 a month equivalent, which is how Val d'Isère happened. And this month's wildcard? £260 on a Le Creuset pot I saw on TikTok at 1 a.m. because a girl made risotto and it looked good. I researched a £2 billion deal this week. I also impulse bought a cast iron pot because a girl on TikTok made risotto. That is the full picture of who I am. Total bonus spending, around £3,360. Combined with the responsible stuff, I'm spending roughly £7,760 a month, which leaves about £4,000 as a surplus. The lifestyle feels specific in ways I didn't expect when I was 23 reading about PE on the internet. I'm at my desk by 8 a.m, often past 9 p.m. The job eats time first and money second. On weekends, I walk through Regent's Park like it's a personality trait. Same route, same coffee, same bench where I sit and pretend I'm going to read, but actually just decompress in silence. Brunch is always caravan or ottolenghi. Same order every time. I've stopped pretending I'll try something new. I haven't cooked a full meal since March. I go out maybe twice a month. Not because I'm saving, just because I'm genuinely tired in a way that a night out doesn't fix. People think PE is glamorous. Some weeks, my most exciting decision is which Itsu to use. Now, goals. This is the part I think about more than people might expect, given that I'm 28 and by most measures doing fine. I want to buy a flat in London by 32. I've been saying that since I was 25, which means the goalposts haven't really moved, which I find both reassuring and slightly alarming. It's not because I've run the numbers and concluded it's the optimal financial decision. Honestly, I go back and forth on that. It's more that ownership feels like stability, and stability is something I've been chasing since I started a job that could theoretically end tomorrow if a fund decides not to make me up. That's the thing about PE that doesn't make it into the LinkedIn posts. The trajectory feels linear from the outside. From the inside, every year feels like a re-audition. So the flat isn't just a financial goal, it's a psychological anchor. Longer term, I want optionality at 40. Not retirement in the traditional sense. I don't think I'd actually stop working. I think I'd just be unbearable with too much free time. But the genuine ability to choose, to turn something down, to take a month off without it being a career conversation. That's what I'm building toward, even if some months it doesn't feel like it. In terms of what I actually do with the surplus, I max my ISA every year without exception. The pension runs through salary sacrifice, so it's gone before I see it, and I put a portion into a taxable brokerage account. I don't have a tight 5-year financial plan written on a whiteboard somewhere. I have a spreadsheet with 3 scenarios: conservative, base case, optimistic, and I update it when I'm procrastinating on something else. That's basically the same thing. Here's where I actually am. ISA sitting at about £48,000, pension around £34,000, Taxable brokerage at £61,000. Cash, roughly £22,000. Property, 0. Still working on it. Total net worth, somewhere around £165,000. Not bad for 28. Not as much as the salary sounds like it should be. The honest part, the bit I want to sit with for a second. I upgraded everything in year 1 of PE. Flat, gym, groceries. All at once, all immediately. It felt earned, and it felt correct, and it felt like the version of my life I'd been working toward. It also just evaporated. I didn't feel richer. I felt the same, just with better olive oil. And I wish I'd been slower about it, because lifestyle creep is genuinely harder to reverse than people acknowledge. The number sounds like freedom. The reality is, I work harder than I ever have. I just do it in nicer shoes, in a nicer postcode, with a Le Creuset pot I have never used. Would I do it again? Yes. Did I think it would feel like this? No. So that's $279K gross, roughly $142K net. Real life in London landing at about £4,000 left over after everything. I'm not complaining. I'm just being honest about what the number actually means versus how it sounds when someone says it at a dinner party. This is what I make.